Welcome back to Basketball Explained. I'm your host, Marcus Oliver. You can find me on Instagram at The Conscious Hooper now. And today we're going to talk about set offense. So we have a full game of basketball that's played so fast. So the reason why we have to break this game down is so it's easier to understand, easier to delve into the details of what we need to know in order to truly push our player in the right direction. So the game is broken down to four parts and subsections of eight parts. So you got set, transition, zone, and press. So that means that the game is operating is in one of these parts. So that's how we know that it's covering the full game, is because at any point the ball is in play, it's going to be in one of these parts and it's going to be clear. Um, so we're going to start off with set offense. Set offense. Why do we want to know when does it occur and the purpose? The reason is because we don't want to react to the basketball. That means the basketball move and then we move. We want to be proactive. We want to know where the ball is going and start pushing our player in that way. That way we can take advantage of the situation. We can be in position to start taking advantage of situations. When does it occur? It typically occurs after a made basket or after transition. That means so the defense dictates any part of the game. When we go back here, you have to understand that the defense dictates any part of the game. Set transition. If the defense is not set back up and getting back down the court, then 9 out of 10 times you're in transition offense. If the defense get back in the zone, you're gonna have to run zone offense. If the defense set up in the press, you got to run press offense. And if the defense is set up back court, you should run set offense. And that's where we at now. So you have to know the overall bubble of this part of the game. And this is the section of the test that we're working on. All these videos I'm talking about and the concepts and the words that I'm using is coming from previous videos. So this is the third video we're talking about set offense. We broke down offense and defense, and now we're talking about set offense. So the goal, so the concept is once the defense is back, the defense has dictated now they're back, they're set up. So in order for us to take advantage of our goal or start pushing towards our goal, we have to acknowledge what the goal is, which we did in lesson one. The goal of offense is to take the highest percent chance shot. So running that organized offense to disrupt the defense is going to push towards that collective goal of getting the highest percent chance shot because of the organization that it provides. Every player is going to know where the next player is going, what they're supposed to do, and then also the play comes with different options, which gives players more sense of purpose in their movements. Skills are typically on the ball, so you got dribbles, passes, shots. The ball is in your hand when you do these things. You got ball screens that's off the ball, down screens off the ball. Your screens are going to be off the ball. Then you have your footwork that comes along with different screens, your curls, your pops, your fades. You got ways you can get open, and then you got counters of that. So you got your pin and pop that gets you open. If they run that lane, then you got back doors, and you can cut and slash depending on what your player is playing. Then you got your athleticism, speed, agility, and strength. That's going to help you execute these tools. I want to give you examples of what tools in offense really are. So it's hard to put basketball in words for people that if you don't truly understand the full outlook of the game. So set offense. These are the areas, things that go into set offense that promotes it or pulls it backwards, that makes it better or makes it worse. In basketball, you can see that there is only two options. You got offense or defense. You only got you either in set offense or you're not in set offense. You either got the rebound, you didn't. You either made the shot, you missed the shot. So we have very black and white standards that we have to analyze the game and that we have to implement into our training. So these are things that push set offense forward or backwards. You got functional system, a functional system that has plays, concepts, and rotations that all players understand. If the players are playing, they should truly understand the system, its purpose, the concepts around it, the options that's included in it, where the ball is moving, counters to it, how the defense is supposed to play it, how the defense is supposed to react if they don't react. All of these things we must understand. The more that we understand, the merrier, because we can start using it again against the defense and start taking advantage of what we want out of the game. Like it's not even just the defense in a basketball game; it's the defense in practice. Because at the end of the day, we got to get those goals first. We got to get playing time minutes, starting positions. So we compete, and this is how we compete by understanding your system roles and responsibility. Your role, what is your position on the court? You're shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, point guard. These all are different roles and they come with different responsibilities. The more you truly understand the role, I'm not talking about what your coach is looking for, but the actual role and what it's surrounded by, the more you understand that full role and what positions it's usually in, the outside rotations, and if you out of like if you get mismatched, all of these different things contributes to you competing as a player. Then you got your time and space and angles that goes along with the functional system. You have to understand how to use the full court. That's pretty much it. So you take certain angles, you're there at a certain time, you move out the way for certain spacing, you rotate certain areas for different spacing and opportunities. You slash. So these are different things that come along with what set offense productive or unproductive, efficient or inefficient, effective or ineffective. And you're gonna see that at the end. So then you got your player strengths. What am I good at? How can I contribute to the offense? What is my role in the offense? What is the offense setting up for me? It's not that you're looking to take the opportunity, but when it provides itself, again, the defense dictates what's open and not. When it provides itself, you got to be ready. Player decisions that is going to contribute. So how a coach it communicates the system. How do they understand? Do they not understand? Does it make sense? You can see all of this in the movement, and you can see all of this in the end product on what you see on the court. If it look chaotic, if it look like they don't understand, I promise you that they don't understand. So then you got production, efficiency, and effectiveness. So this is how you analyze. This is how we as players are analyzed, and this is how you can analyze what you see on the court. Is it productive? Is it efficient? And is it effective? Um, so one thing you want to watch out is for those top two items right there. You got functional system, and then you got player strengths. So if a system is functional, a player's strengths can be used and optimized in the best way. So you see the best out of the player, and you can see it consistently because you're consistently running this system. I want you to start truly analyzing what you see. When you watch a basketball game, if they're running a play and throughout the play it poses an opening and they take that opportunity to score, yes, you can say that the system somewhat provided that opportunity. If you see a screen boom and an opportunity at a goal, that is a systematic, functional, organized opportunity that the system provided. And it's an opportunity to go. Now the player can use less. Instead, what you see is players having to create the opportunity because there is no set. You see a freelance or players doing whatever, like you don't know what they're doing, but when you see a system or a play being ran, you know these players know exactly where they're going. You can see the difference on the court. And when you see freelance versus functional system, a functional system is going to break down sometimes. A functional system is going to have lapses, but you can say a player in a functional system is learning. They have the opportunity to learn the concepts, especially in practice, implement it in the game, and really getting that trial and error and that experience for growth when they get to other levels. Then you got the freelancers. They're being used for the talent because there's nowhere that they know to go. And train in practice, there's no way that they're practicing a play, a true play. And in the game, you can see the chaos. And let me tell you what happens. This player has to now create. And because there's no true set, they have to create all game. And it's usually one, two, three, whatever how many of your players it is, they're being used for whatever. Because what player you know is gonna let you do something all game? Not many of them. So I'm gonna have to overextend, overdo things, use more of myself all game, all season. And that is the concept between development and depletion. Development and depletion. So depletion is a coach not truly teaching this kid all the elements of the game because they usually don't know it. I'm gonna be honest. And the kid now suffers because a lot of players don't take full responsibility for their development and put it into a coach. And the coach only has limited knowledge, especially towards certain positions in certain situations and in certain areas. And that's not what the player needs. We talked about the full test and how cumulative it is. So if you're not versed in all the areas, your opponent is looking to take your strengths off of that test and leave you with the rest, especially in game time, in competition time when it matters, when the starting position matters, when your scholarship matters, at the championship game when that matters. It's in the times when it matters is when you are the times you're preparing for. And these are unknown times. That the more versed that you are in understanding the test, the more control you're gonna have while you're taking the test. So it's a time test at that. So you don't got all day to take the test. You got to make these decisions bang after the next, and it's a million questions. All right. So expand your basketball repertoire beyond shooting, and you'll discover the endless possibilities to impact the game positively. Every single step that you take on the court is a decision, a decisive decision. In basketball, if you heard of it, it's a game of decisions. So collectively, those decisions going to lead to success, failure, win, loss, good, bad, made, miss, whatever the case is, you have a certain amount of inputs that went into getting that output. And if you don't like the output, you're gonna have to learn how to go back through your true inputs. That means you have to be honest with yourself. Was the form wrong? Was the beliefs wrong? Was the legs not there? Whatever it was, whether it's passing, shooting, defense, boxing out, rebounding, all of these elements, slashing, cutting, the different opportunities, a missed basket, a made basket, a good play, a bad play, all of these come with a root cause, and you have to understand where you contributed and how you contributed to the end goal. So that's how you become that player, because understanding, we talked about it, is the most important part. So this is the concept of set offense. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on my socials here. My Instagram name changed to the Conscious Hooper. Basketball Explained is still there, and the TikTok is still there. All right, thank you for tuning in. Until next time.